Did you know that Narcissus, a character from Greek mythology, fell in love with his reflection in a pool of water, staring at it for the remainder of his life? This is where the term narcissism originates. It's a captivating tale that has withstood the test of time and now lends its name to a complex and intriguing personality trait. Narcissism, you see, is far more than just self-love. It's a multifaceted trait characterized by the grandiosity of self, a sense of entitlement, and an insatiable need for admiration. These traits, as fascinating as they are, often have profound impacts on the individual and their relationships. From creating an inflated sense of self-importance to a noticeable lack of empathy, narcissism can manifest itself in a multitude of ways. So remember, narcissism is not just about self-love. It's a complex personality trait that often impacts individuals and their relationships in profound ways. So, what causes someone to become narcissistic? Is it nature or nurture, or a mix of both? To unravel this, let's delve into the potential causes of narcissism. Often the roots of narcissism can be traced back to early childhood experiences. These experiences may include excessive praise or, conversely, neglect. When a child is excessively praised without any genuine achievements, it can foster a sense of grandiosity and entitlement, key traits of narcissism. On the other hand, children who experience neglect may develop narcissistic traits as a defensive mechanism, creating an inflated self-image to mask deep-seated feelings of inadequacy and insecurity. But it's not just our personal histories that shape us. Societal factors can also play a significant role in nurturing narcissistic traits. Take, for instance, social media. With its emphasis on self-promotion and validation through likes and shares, social media provides a fertile ground for narcissistic tendencies to flourish. It allows individuals to construct an idealized version of themselves, often disconnected from reality, and to seek constant admiration from their virtual audience. Similarly, our celebrity-obsessed culture can contribute to the rise of narcissism. The glamour and grandeur associated with stardom often promote a grandiose sense of self and a sense of entitlement, qualities that are characteristic of narcissism. The constant adulation that celebrities receive can create unrealistic expectations and a distorted sense of self-worth among impressionable minds. However, it's important to note that not everyone exposed to these influences will develop narcissistic traits. It often involves an interplay of various factors, including one's genetic predisposition, personality traits, and environmental influences. So, while it's easy to point fingers at societal influences or early childhood experiences, it's more accurate to say that narcissism is a complex construct shaped by a multitude of factors. It is not a one-size-fits-all diagnosis, and it doesn't emerge out of nowhere. Narcissism, thus, can be seen as a product of both individual experiences and societal influences. Narcissism and self-esteem, two sides of the same coin or entirely different currencies? Let's delve deeper into these fascinating psychological concepts and examine their distinctive traits. On one hand, we have self-esteem, a healthy and necessary component of our psychological makeup. It's our internal barometer, our sense of self-worth and value. It's the pat on the back we give ourselves after a job well done, the quiet confidence that propels us forward. It's a realistic appreciation of our strengths and capabilities, as well as acceptance of our flaws and limitations. On the other hand, we have narcissism, an altogether different beast. While it may appear similar to self-esteem, it's a distorted, inflated reflection. Narcissism is characterized by an excessive preoccupation with oneself, a grandiose sense of importance, and a complete disregard for others' feelings. It's like a mirror that only reflects the narcissist, leaving everyone else in darkness. The key difference lies in the balance. Where self-esteem is about balance and authenticity, narcissism tilts the scale towards self-absorption and pretense. Those with high self-esteem respect themselves and others, understanding the importance of mutual respect and empathy in relationships. They acknowledge their worth without devaluing others. Contrarily, narcissists inflate their own importance at the expense of others. They're driven by a constant need for admiration and lack empathy for others. Their self-worth is often built on a fragile foundation that requires constant validation and reinforcement. It's important to remember that self-esteem is crucial for our mental well-being. It helps us navigate life's challenges with resilience and determination. However, when self-esteem crosses over into narcissism, it can lead to problematic behaviors and strained relationships. A narcissist's inflated sense of self can create a barrier that prevents genuine connections and mutual understanding. So while narcissism and self-esteem might seem similar on the surface, they're driven by fundamentally different motives and manifest in very different ways. Understanding these differences can help us foster healthier relationships, both with ourselves and others. Fostering self-esteem is crucial, but when it crosses over into narcissism, it can lead to problematic behaviors and strained relationships. Navigating relationships with narcissistic individuals can be challenging, but not impossible. When we find ourselves in the company of those with an inflated sense of self-importance, it's crucial to have a game plan. Let's discuss some strategies. Firstly, setting boundaries is paramount. This isn't about changing the narcissistic individual, but rather protecting your own mental and emotional well-being. Think of it as creating a personal fortress where your emotions and self-esteem are safeguarded from potential manipulation. It's about standing your ground, asserting your needs, and not allowing yourself to be treated as an emotional punching bag. Next on our list is practicing self-care. This goes beyond the occasional bubble bath or yoga session. It's about nurturing your mind, body, and spirit and ensuring your needs are met. Remember, it's not selfish to put your well-being first. It's like the oxygen mask on an airplane. You need to secure your own mask before assisting others. Lastly, don't underestimate the power of seeking support. This can be from trusted friends, family, or a mental health professional. Sharing your experiences can provide relief and perspective. It can also help to remind you that you're not alone in this journey. The strategies we've discussed are not one-size-fits-all solutions, but rather tools to be tailored to each unique situation. They're about empowerment, resilience, and maintaining your sense of self in the face of narcissism. But why is this understanding so important? Well, the psychology behind narcissism is complex. It's not about labeling and dismissing individuals, but about fostering healthier relationships. By understanding the mechanics of narcissism, we can better empathize with those who exhibit these traits. We can learn to respond rather than react, to engage rather than enrage. Understanding is the first step towards empathy and healthier interactions with those who exhibit narcissistic traits. The journey may be challenging, but with the right tools and mindset, you're more than equipped to navigate the labyrinth of narcissism.